Hey, happy holidays to all of you. Hello.
Hello.
Howdy!
Merry
Oh, doing
Christmas and
well.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. Hey, I want to welcome all of you to another one of our um, co-founder pool funding live Zoom calls with yours truly. I am the creator, founder of pool funding, and so you have an opportunity to meet with me a couple of times a week, every week, and it's interactive and live. So I was talking to someone a couple of days ago, and they were saying that they were invited to a live webinar, but it was recorded. The whole thing was recorded. And you couldn't really interact with it because you're just basically at a live replay. Well, hey guys, you get the real McCoy here. How about that? That's a good deal
That's the
for
way it
you,
ought to
right?
be.
Yeah,
Pretty
it's always
good, pretty
appreciated.
good.
Yeah, you're the real deal.
Okay, good deal. All right, so lots of things going on. We met on Thursday last week, and then we dropped Sundays. So this is the beginning of the week. So for you guys, it's Monday, right? For me, it's Tuesday, and we're very, very excited about everything that's going on. Our attention right now is improving the paid sign up process, and we believe by inserting a couple of more pages in the process, it'll actually be way more successful. Many of you have been getting some leads, which that's not a paid sign up, so you're not technically paying for leads. But what happens is currently, as the process is operating today, um, a person clicks through to take a look at our offer, but they're going straight to a registration page and a video, you know. And so if they complete the registration, okay, then that's considered a lead, but it takes them to the next page, and the next page is um, instructions on how to get MetaMask and connect MetaMask to our website. And that's where some people are kind of dropping the ball right there. So so basically as soon as they complete the registration on our process, as soon as they hit submit or whatever, it then technically is a lead at that point. Okay, because they've already been assigned the sponsor. Um, they're going to they're linked up already by the time they hit submit. If a person gets to the registration page and doesn't fill it out, then what happens is um, that that particular order gets reshuffled back into the orders, okay? So that swings back around for another attempt at filling the order. Am I making sense? Trying to
Yes.
trying to describe the
Yeah,
process right now. Okay,
yeah. I get it.
so for those of you who have taken advantage of this, or even if you're a part of Pool Match Me from before, okay, as long as you've taken advantage of this, by now, and you've done it, okay. So as long as you've done that and you've ordered at least one or two paid signups, you're going to get them. But pay attention to your leads right here. See, I've got a couple of leads. I'm not even paying attention. Okay. So I've got to follow up with these guys. So I've got their email addresses. I can send them an email. So, but basically, um, these leads will remain here until they actually become a sign up for you. Okay. So let's say corresponding with them by email, you're able to get them to finish the process, which is basically connecting their wallet. They connect their wallet, then at that point they should be able to become a referral. They should go from pending and they leave this area here, and they be part of the referral area over here. Okay. So that's how that works. Okay. Paid signups are only $50 a piece right now, and 10 of that is paying for their, helping them make their first payment. Okay. So the one thing that we're not automating is trying to help them purchase coin, the first time, because too many variables, right? There's, it's very difficult to automate something with so many variables. What country are you in? What's available in your area? Ways to access, and getting, basically they need BNB and USDT. So that's that. Anyway, so but the way I see it is part of the problem. I'm sorry if I'm itching my nose a lot. My mustache needs to be trimmed. It's the nose hairs and the mustache hairs are kind of rubbing up against each other and makes it kind of itchy. So anyway, time for a shave. So the uh by taking traffic from the internet straight over to a registration page, we're not capturing as much as we could be. And that's why we're working on an opt-in page. And then they put in their name, phone number, and email address without it being connected to any order, right? So it's just a clean opt-in. Okay. So it becomes a lead to the system. Okay. And then from there, when they click through, it's going to go to a demo page. And on the demo page, they'll see the standard video that we'll have that they can watch. Plus, they'll be able to click a button and have a conversation with AI, and AI will train it to talk about, why they should be a part of pool funding and how exciting it is and all that. And then from there, when they complete the demo, then they can go to the registration page. And by that time, they're very excited and really motivated enough that they will then follow the step-by-step instructions on how to get MetaMask and connect MetaMask to our website, and the payment's done for them. So it's a zero risk offer for them, In fact, here's what we've had our graphic artists working on posters for the opt-in page for the system. Let me just see if I can find them real quick here. Yeah, I mean, this was the first version here. I said, hey man, that's too dark. I gave him the wording, and then he came up with this. Much better, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that looks pretty good.
You guys can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so this is basically version 2, but I said, hey, we can do better than that, And so this is version, that's the next version there. Okay. And then we had this version made, and I said, I want the words first month to jump off the page. So we came up with that. See, I'm giving you guys, behind the scenes what goes on. There's a lot of creativity going on behind the scenes. And then we just started going crazy. What else can we do?
You're going too fast, Ace.
Okay. They all say the same thing.
Okay.
They all say the same thing.
It's trying to get to my.
So just for those that's looking at a small screen, it says, we pay you to get started. This is a zero risk offer. $3,000 to $9,000 income on your first month is possible. We will teach you how to use AI agents to make money. So the idea is we didn't even mention pool funding here, right? It's just saying, hey, we want to show you how to make thousands of dollars and you don't even have to pay anything to get started. How about that? Do you think people would be interested in that?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Great hooks.
Good hooks, right? Good lead magnet.
So yeah.
All right.
Woo!
So, yeah, so they all say the same thing, but after sharing this with a few people, people seem to favor this one as the one that really grabs them. You know, they emotionally connect to it, you know. So this is the one we're going to use. Okay. We'll be using,
Could you not split test 2 or 3 of them?
yeah, we will split test too as well, you know, and so for sure. But just getting opinions of people. To me, it came down to this one or this one. It was either that one or this one.
Uh, Personally, I think the second one says it screams it louder.
This one?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
it screams it louder. The
One I
image
like.
is simpler and more eye-catching.
I like that one.
That was my favorite too, to be honest with you. But I guess some people thought that this was you know, since it was looking at you, you know, the guy's looking at you, a happy little robot guy looking at you. But I don't know, sexy women and me, they get along pretty good, you know. Even the robotic kind, I guess. So but yeah, so I think we improved a lot from this stage where we were, you know. So but anyway, yeah, so it'll go to a landing page. So basically the opt-in page will only have this image plus a short form name. It'll already select what country you're in. So have you got to insert your name, your email and your phone number, and then it says what country, you know, the software says, you know, you're in this country. You can change that if you need to, and then you submit the opt-in, right? And then from there it goes to a demo page, and then the demo page will be pretty cool. But that to me is where the you know, it's one thing to sell bacon and another thing to sell the sizzle on bacon. I think being able to talk to AI, have a conversation with AI on our website, that's sizzling cool, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's very sophisticated, and yeah, it's what people will be looking for at this kind of stage of the game.
Yeah, so they haven't paid anything. They haven't had to watch a video. They just looked at an image and filled out a form so far. And now they're getting to talk to AI, and AI's all, man, you got to join pool funding, man. You know, da da da. You know, and you know, gets them kind of excited about registering and taking advantage of the zero risk offer. You know, hey, man, let's get you started. It's not going to cost you anything to get started. We're going to pay your first payment for you. You know, so you're going to get started for free. You know, and then go from there. And so, and then, you know, basically it's very clear that we operate on a daily basis. And so, you know, that's why I'm working on the video I'm working on right now, because we need to make it clear that even though we made their first $10 payment, that's nothing. I mean, that's not $1 million a year. You know, you want $1 million a year, you need to make a daily payment, you know, and you need to get to that $1,000 pool, right? So we want that to be very clear by the time they're actually on the account page, right? And of course, they've seen a video in the process of getting onto the account page. There's a pop-up that they see first, and some video saying, you need to contact your sponsor and you need to fill out your profile. You know, they watch that video before they actually can see the account page for the first time. And then there's no pay now button there because the payment's already been made. You know, so 20 hours later, the pay now button will pop up again. So the idea is they contact their sponsor, and the sponsor then can guide them on how to, you know, depending on what area of the world they're in, on how to accumulate the coin that they need in order to really get started, you know, and load that into their MetaMask wallet, which is already done. You know, they've got the wallet. So it's coming together. and we're a lot closer, of course, holiday weekends are the worst, you know. So, but we're doing as much as we can in between our meetings here. Now that we're meeting on Mondays and Thursdays, we're getting as much done as we can. And I'm so anxious to get it done. I just want it done like yesterday, but we're close. The fact is traffic is rolling through. A lot of you are getting leads. Like I didn't know I had 2 leads. I didn't know I had them, until I just clicked on it. But that just goes to show you that, there's lots of things happening in the background. We're just making it better. So Paul, you just raised your hand.
Yeah, sorry, just a question to clarify, because the last time we spoke about this, you said that the lead would only stay visible on the page for a short period of time, but now you're going to leave it there permanently. Is that right?
Correct. And I was
That's-
mistaken on the short time because there's actually 2 pending. Now that I understand how this works, there's the pending on your page, and then there's the pending in the admin area. And as far as like we have a list of orders, right? And there's 3 statuses on that list in the admin area of either unfilled, pending, or filled, right? The idea is to get them all filled. So everything starts out as unfilled, and it takes some kind of an orderly fashion. The unfilled orders pop up, in front of people for them to register, right? And then if they register, then it goes into pending status. Okay, so that now that order is not going to loop back around, and that's going to be pending for 1 hour, right? So they got 1 hour to complete the task of adding MetaMask to their device and connecting it to our website. They got an hour to get that done. And that's all they got to do, because automatically the payment's made for them as soon as they do that. Their first payment.
Thank you.
So 2 separate pending statuses. So it's going to be pending forever on your website, on your view as a user until you can get a hold of them. You got their email. By collecting the phone number, we're hoping that we can then give you a phone number as well, right? Besides an email.
Yeah, you also had like an email swipe or a sample email, didn't you? That you thought would be good to send immediately. You get access to that lead's contact details.
Which one?
I think you did one with Karen when Karen had a lead. You showed.
You mean a script?
Yeah, script. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. I'll come up with a couple because there's different situations. But yeah, I'll come up with a couple of email scripts. So that's probably a good one to send for the first time. And you can find that one here on YouTube. So I'm gonna go to share my screen what Paul's talking about here. So if you have a lead, guys, the email is already written for you. All you gotta do is just personalize it. Da, 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 da. I think it's this one. Okay, go ahead and share. And if you go into the with the description of the video, right? So your subject line should say full funding human assistance available. And then the body of the email, hello, John, hello, Mary, whatever. And then your name, down here. Okay. And then also your phone number here. Okay.
Cool. Yeah, it's a good foundation. Yeah.
So yeah, so this one's called Important Instructions for Paid Signups, and this maybe the first email you send is this one, and then give it maybe 2 days, and then send them another email and say, hey, love to talk to you, and I hate for you to miss out on what we're doing here. And you need to understand that you're already sitting on money that you may not be aware of, right?
I have one more question about that.
Could you imagine? Fast forward this thing 6 months from now, and someone ends up with $10 of PFP at the current price, and then that turns into, let's say we get up to over $1 million per coin. So how many X is that? Let me think for a second. We're at about 30,000 right now. So, uh, yeah, that 10 times 10. Yeah, I think that could be 30X. So that 30 times 10 that's $300, right? Yeah. Could you imagine if someone has $300 waiting for them sitting there, and they don't even realize it, you know? You know? Um, and they
Yeah,
don't,
that's an important point to
yeah.
us for us to them for sure.
So yeah, don't want you to miss out. No, because you're sitting on money, you may not even be aware of how much money we're talking about here. So let's human to human get together on this, and I'm
So
here
what
to help
one
you.
more question, if I may. Sorry. Just is that lead considered to be a double opt-in? So in other words, could we then load that lead into, let's say, an autoresponder of our own and
Yeah,
do a follow-up service?
yeah,
Okay. Thank you. Awesome.
absolutely. Yeah, because it's somebody that's already opted in, you know,
Yeah.
by that time they know it's pool funding because they actually were on the pool funding website when they opted in, you know.
Right.
But regardless if they filled out a registration form or the opt-in page, either way, it's on our website, you know.
Cool. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. So do I have more to present, but go ahead, Brett. You got your hand up.
Yeah, I'll just be brief. Just a quick question on how will we know if we're not like if we need to be paid attention that those referrals will come up on that pool funding page where referrals are listed and that
Yeah,
we'll see it there, or will
uh-huh.
we be contacted?
That's how you're being contacted. It's on through your account page.
So just pay attention to that then.
Yeah. Yeah, we're in there every day anyway, clicking on our pay now button, right? So, just be sure to click on leads if you're waiting for paid signups.
Yeah. Thank you. That's it.
All right, very good. Okay, so yeah, paid signups moving along, the AI is moving along. Yeah, we're now at a point where we're past the 15th of December. This was a particular time that I was hoping we were a little bit further along on price and stability for our coins, but there's just been some unexpected um, scenarios that we've run into, and one of them we had to basically revamp everything. So I wasn't expecting to turn the website off for a whole week. And while we revamped everything and bring out the new and improved version of pool funding, I would not have planned it that way. That it would just became necessary. All of you that have been around, you know why. But um, so the price of the coins are not stable. They are not highly liquid. They are not at the price targets. That's not the case today. Okay. So we still have the upside of where we're going with it. Everything's true where we're going, but when it comes to, like I mentioned to you before, if we pin ourselves down on times and dates, all we're going to do is create unnecessary disappointment. So anytime we're talking about times and dates, it's a best effort. That makes sense, guys?
Yeah.
And then there's reasonable logic behind creating some, anticipation, and something to look forward to, right? So, But our targets are very clear. You'd be silly to sell any of your coins right now. Okay, so if there's anybody like wanting to sell coin right now, well, you'd be doing yourself a disservice and you should recheck yourself. I know there's all of us want to do some holiday shopping, and we're hoping that by this time we would be able to take some coin out and help with the holiday shopping. But I just want to report, here live to you and get your reaction on, but I don't think that's going to be the case for this Christmas. I'm sorry. But you know what? There's always next Christmas, right? So let's not get too hung up on a date because we're I'm not here playing the short game. I'm playing the long game, and I hope you guys will join me on the long game,
We're behind you, man. 100%.
I appreciate that. So yeah, to me, pool funding is something that's all I want to do for the rest of my life. I don't want to go on to the next thing and the next thing. How many of you are tired of the next thing? Are you guys tired of the next thing?
You said it. You
Right
said it.
here. Yeah, I'm tired of the next thing.
Yeah.
You only
I'm
need
tar-
one good thing to
I'm
work.
tired of my day job.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. So basically, pool funding is an opportunity to maybe get Gregory out of his day job, and most likely that will actually happen. But in addition to that, a lot of us have been in one opportunity after another over the years, and let's face
Yeah.
it, most opportunities don't pan out. That is the truth of the matter. But there are certain staples that are in the world that they made it big time and they're still here. We want pool funding to become a staple in the world, that we're here to stay. We've got something great started. We're very innovative. We're different. We're ambitious. We intend to be here long term. So the raw material that you look for in an opportunity that you can hang out with for the rest of your life it's here, you know? And what you guys do in addition to pool funding, that's your business. But too many of us are like me. We're just tired of, moving from the next thing to the next thing. I mean, the last thing I did was my own thing, and I was running that thing for 8 years. You know what I'm saying? Long time compared to most things, right? And when I left, it's still going. It's still going even now, right? Even after I left. So imagine it, the creator, founder of something leaves and the thing keeps going. Okay? So I can tell you that, but pool funding is the thing this is what I want to do. I want to have millions of dollars coming in, for me through the pools, right? Because just like you, I can become a millionaire, multimillionaire from the pools the same way you become millionaires because it's a level playing field for all of us, right? Okay. So
Right on.
I set this up so that I would have the opportunity that I'd want to work on, and then all of you that can see the same vision, you have the same opportunity that I think is special, and we're all doing it together. You only need 4 people that will be committed to getting all the way to the $1,000 pool with you, and that's it. It only takes 4, and then you don't have to build a team. I mean, I've built teams of hundreds of thousands of people, and even in the last thing in my database, I had millions of members, millions in the thing that was for 8 years. Okay, millions in the database. Okay, of people that signed up. So, I'm not going to be happy with millions in pool funding. My target is with the letter B, like Bravo, B, billions. Okay. So we want pool funding to appeal to billions of people, and we'd like to have 1 billion people join up for it. And if you got 1 billion people doing something, you've changed the world for sure, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's it. That's it. So last time I checked, we had about 4,800 users. I put that up on Telegram into the group. So from here to a billion, okay? So anybody that's asking about, the coin and, if they've been kind of like not so, active with pool funding and they've been kind of watching from the sidelines, but they're like a hodl nod or whatever, they're asking about the coin, tell them don't sell yet. Okay. It's not time to sell. Okay. So be sure to, talk to anybody who, who's one of our hodl nods. There's only like 100 of you, in the whole world that kind of fit in that category. So if you know anybody like that, just say, wait, I know we're at about the 15th of December. That was a projection, a target. But for unforeseen circumstances and situations, our target's been thrown off by at least I would say about a month. Okay. We might be in better shape by the middle of January, but it really depends on you more than it does depend on me what happens in January. I hope you guys understand what I mean when I say that. Okay. So it's your energy and collectively that's going to determine how big January is going to be. But I don't think it's going to take a long time to move the price up to the target because I know, just to recap, I did this before, but I'll do it again. Share my screen. The supply is so tight, guys. I mean, any one of you with a little bit of money could move these prices very easily, starting at the bottom here. If we start with PFI, okay, let me just refresh it. Okay. There you go. $2,025, okay, with an all-time high of $4 million. Okay. All right. So 2025 on bargain compared to $4 million, right? But the reason why it went up to 4 million, guys, is because the supply is that tight. Okay. It didn't take millions of dollars to get the price up here, guys. It just takes a little bit. Okay. But anyway, so 2025 on PFI. Our target for this is a 500,000, and then after we hit the target, we want to then range between 250,000 to 500,000, maybe for about up to a year. Maybe a year from now, PFI will start ranging 500,000 to 1 million. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. Then we go to PFB. Go to PFB. Refresh that. PFB is currently sitting at 34,104. Notice that take a look right here. This is relatively, it's not moving up or down much at all, right? And that's because most of you know better than to sell right now. And there hasn't been a lot of buying. I mean, I think people are in the mall, not on the internet, using their credit card, so that's where people are spending money right now, is at the mall. But that's okay. It's only for a short period of time. And then we'll see this pick back up. So the target.
Can I clarify one thing?
Sure.
Most people are not at the mall, they're on Amazon.
Oh, okay. Got it. Well, here in the Philippines, it's still the mall mostly,
Okay.
It's crazy over here in the Philippines. The malls are full all the time. Whereas outside of Christmas in the US, malls are empty, So you're right about that.
A new mall just opened here in Panama, up near where I live.
Anyway, we're really getting sidetracked from what I want to do here. 34,000 the current price. The target for PFB is $1 million per coin, and then it should range after that between 500,000 to 1 million. Okay. And if we look at PFS, okay, PFS is currently a real bargain at $26,662. Let me refresh, make sure it's still the same price. It is still the same price, and the target for that is 2 million. Okay. And then it will range between 1 million to 2 million. And like I said, just kind of double all those ranges by a year later. So by this time next year, you will the range we'll be talking about it will certainly be double the ranges we're talking about now. So we'll have an upward incline. But why am I so confident the price is going to go up? Okay, this is very important. If we take a look at PF. This one is PFI. Okay, take a look at PFI. Notice here I got the percentile. So most of the coins are not in the market. Anything sitting in this wallet, is pretty static. You know what I'm saying? So we haven't seen this percent change in months, many months. So it's been 99.9994% for a long time, for many months. And it's probably going to remain like that for many more months. Okay. And then we have some, big hodlers, this one holding that's likely to stay the same for quite a while. Same with this one. Same with this one. These are our big ones here. Okay. There's someone with 2 coin. Here's someone 1.5 coin, then 1 coin and 1 coin. So the biggest holders are on the top 10 here, right? Top 10. So you're a big deal if you got 1 coin of PFI. But 1 coin of PFI, when it's $500,000, you got $500,000, right, guys? Get it? So even though it says 1's a big number in the sense of where we're going, where our target is. Currently $2,000 on its way to $500,000. But what you really need to pay attention to is the contract. Okay, what is that contract right there, and what is this 66% of a coin? Okay, what is that? Well, that's part of the liquidity. Okay. So if you take a look at ApeSpace, for example, and you look at the liquidity here for PFI, let's go to PFI. That's not PFI. There we go. There's PFI. So if you take a look at the liquidity on PFI, it says 1.55 USDT. Okay. But this is version 3. I'm educating you guys, so be sure to take good notes so you can educate others. This is version 3 of the PancakeSwap algorithm. Okay. And so you got $1,557 of USDT showing up in the contract over here. Okay. That's it. Okay. The contract is part PFI and part USDT. Okay. But if you go to PancakeSwap, look for it. It's not even on the first page. PancakeSwap's not even here. You got to go to the next page. That's how little it has. Oh, here's another contract. This is also part of liquidity. Okay, this another 5% there. That's still version 3. PancakeSwap all the way down here, version 2. Version 2 of PancakeSwap is showing that it's got 3.5%. 3.5% of a PFI coin. Okay. And if you look here on the graph, it says it's got $82 of USDT. That's the version 2. Am I making sense, guys? I'm trying to connect dots for you. Okay. Right? Version 2, PancakeSwap V2 is PC V2 means PancakeSwap V2, $82 of liquidity in version 2. Okay, but technically on version 3, it has $1,557 of USDT. So I think version 3 is more honest. Wouldn't you agree, guys?
I'd say so.
Yeah, because it's giving you more information, because this is not an accurate number. There's not only $82 of USDT in liquidity here. It's not factoring in version 3, what's holding in the contract there. Because the game that it's playing is that you think this is the liquidity in the in the exchange, the PancakeSwap exchange, but the truth is these contracts they pull money out of these contracts, and they actually not just pull, they push it there too. So when the price is really going up, it pushes money into the contract, and when the price is coming down, it pulls money out of the contract. Does that make sense, guys? That's how the algorithm works. So a little bit of education what these contracts are doing. These are liquidity contracts, okay? You notice that there's no other contracts here, right? So the only thing you can see are the liquidity contracts. And that's it. So there's very few coin here, relatively speaking, okay? Very few. And remember, this is 94%, okay? 9994, right? 9994. So out of 10 million coin, okay, there are 10 million coin, 9994, is not circulating, okay? Then we go to the PFB, okay? PFB. Okay, we've lost about 200 holders. This was at the 1700s, but now it's down to 1500. That's okay. There's only 1 million PFB coins, not 10 million like PFI. Okay. But notice that over here it's 9991. Okay. 9991. So that means there's more coins allocated, because over here was 9994, right? So that means there's more coin percentile wise circulating than there is on PFI. But I'd say right now, I'd say probably PFB is probably our tightest supply. Here's the contract. It doesn't have 66% of a coin. It only has 6% of a coin in liquidity there. And if you look for PancakeSwap down here, there's 2 of them. Okay, there's one for BNB and there's one for USDT. Okay, so the BNB is sitting on that pair is sitting on about 1.3%, and the USDT is sitting on about 1.2% in the version 2 of the liquidity. Okay, but again, where's most of the liquidity? That the 2 combined, that's like 2%. Most of the liquidity is up here, 6%. 6% is larger than 2%, right, guys? But then again, if you suck it dry, there's only 8% to suck dry, but the software will never let you do it. The software makes it impossible to suck it dry because it will just move the price higher. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes.
So you can't suck it dry. Okay. All it can do is add zeros to the front side of this, right? Notice how you keep adding zeros to the front. You're adding zeros to the front, right? That's all it can do, is it can add zeros on the front end, not the back end, on the front. Okay, see how the zeros get bigger on the front here? That's what it will do. Then that just means a higher and higher price. The more zeros in the front, the higher the price will be. Okay, that's how it works when it comes to liquidity. So when liquidity is looking more like this down here, if this was the liquidity in PFB coin, okay, then the USDT price is going to be big. You understand, guys? Millions.
Right on.
Okay.
Right on.
All right. Now let's go to my PFS. Okay. PFS, and PFS has got, 9990. So that means even more PFS percentile wise. But again, there's only 100,000 PFS coins. But percentile wise, there's more PFS coins circulating than there is of the PFI or PFP. Okay, but let's look at the contract. Notice Pancake's way up here. Okay, on the first page, 6%. There it is. The contract is way down here, 2%. Okay, why is that? Well, that's because there's plenty here, right? So that means it's going to take a little more effort to drive that up, but it's going to get there. Okay. But what will happen is eventually these will flip, right? Eventually what happens is Pancake will end up below the liquidity contract like it is on PFB. And the larger number will be the contract and the smaller number will be what's in Pancake. But you got 6% here and you've got 2% there. Okay. That's how it works. Okay. And that's it. Go down here at the bottom of 50. The largest 50th holders got 0.000. That's 3 zeros, guys. 0.0009. They don't have a big amount of coin. And they're the 50th biggest person out of 88 people so far. Okay. So again, because of, I keep repeating myself for a reason, because eventually people learn when you repeat something often enough. Okay. Because of the tight supply, we can have a high amount of confidence the price will go up, right? And then and we are going to shake out the weak hands. So those that don't care or don't pay attention, they'll sell early, right? They'll be butthurt because they didn't get what they wanted, right? But they're not paying attention anyway, are they? So who should they be butthurt? Should they be butthurt about me or themselves? Who should they direct? Who should they direct that energy to? Right?
Ourselves.
I'm here multiple times a week telling you how it really is, giving you realistic updates as we go forward, right? But we need people to understand that I don't control the world. I just I take my vision and I try to share it with whatever I'm seeing at any given time. And I'm pretty good. I'm intelligent. I'm pretty good at letting people know here's where it's at. So at the end of the day, those that realize that you don't sell until the price is right. You don't sell at a date. You sell when the price is where you want it to be when you sell it. That's how you got to look at it, guys. Am I right? And
Yes.
most of our hodl nuts are not in this for thousands of dollars. They're in it for 100 here, 200, maybe 300. Most of them are in that level, and there's only like 100 of them. So we're not talking about 4,000 people here, right? Or 5,000. We're talking very small group. But I want the message to get out to them that we love those people. We want them to be more active. We want them to pay more attention because we're working hard to turn them into a millionaire. But I can't be more committed to them becoming a millionaire than they are committed themselves to be turning themselves into a millionaire. See, my commitment cannot be higher than their commitment. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
I can't commit to making this guy a millionaire more than he's committed himself to becoming a millionaire, right? The best commitment looks like that, where he's more committed to being a millionaire than I'm committed for him to be a millionaire. That's the proper way to look at it. Okay, that's how it needs to be. Unfortunately, not everybody looks at it that way. A lot of people, look at it this way and think that someone else is responsible for their positive outcome. Okay? No. Where in the world does that work anyway? Show me one place where that works. It doesn't work anywhere, guys.
No.
There's not one thing you can say this works. It always works this way. 100% of the time. A person has to be more committed to themselves than someone else is committed for them. Okay? If
Right on.
if their commitment level is lower than the person that's assisting them, that is not right. And it won't work. And the main reason why it won't work is because this guy will screw it up. You can love this guy, but you can't love him into $1 million. You could kiss and hug and be really nice to this guy, and you could teach him all that. You could throw pearls before him, pearls of wisdom. You could give him every golden ticket, right? You could do all of that, and this guy will still screw it up. Okay, 100%, because the commitment's not there. So let's make sure people understand how important individual commitment is towards one's self. I'm not asking people to commit to full funding. I'm asking people to commit to themselves, that they want to elevate themselves. They want to rise up. They want life to be better for themselves. Look, we have people come. We have people go. We even have leaders come. We have leaders go. Okay? I'm still here. I'm still here. Why is that? Because those individuals on an individual basis are not required for me to be here. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
It
Yes,
doesn't
yes.
it doesn't matter who comes and who goes. My job is to remain. I need to be the one you can count on, that I'm here. But at some point, if everybody quits, then I got to move on to something else. But the whole point, the reason why I shut down the website over a month ago was it was a disaster about to happen, and it required, surgical hands, and that's what you got, right? I went in there and I did some surgery on the whole situation, didn't I?
You did. Thank you.
Had I not done that, we wouldn't be meeting today. Okay, you understand? Okay,
Yes.
that's my level of commitment, and my commitment is less about
Thank
me.
you. Double tap.
You're welcome, Carrie.
Sorry? That's then.
All right. So just to make sure everybody is really clear on what we're doing, how we're going to get there. We're so close, guys. I'm telling you, once AI is in your pocket and it's working for you every day, you'll look at that particular moment as the pivot point of your life. Like, wow, from that moment forward, my life was very different. Like, it got so much easier, That's the power of AI for you. That's coming. You'll soon have that in your pocket. When we hit these targets, the 500,000, million, and 2 million, that's another point you'll look back on and go, wow. It's really nice to look at your screen and go, I'm a millionaire. I look at my screen every day and I go, I'm a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? So it's good. It's encouraging, So, and we're not that far off. We're not talking about, a plan that takes a year to implement. We're really talking about, a couple more weeks and everything's going to be fine. Yeah, Christmas, New Year's is going to interrupt that, but it's only a couple of days out of the year that's going to interrupt what we're going to be doing between now and January. And January, you'll see me come in heavy. I'll be coming in heavy to push us, to grow faster and bigger and better. And there are several teams that are doing different things that I'm aware of, that any one of those teams that succeeds at what they're telling me they're going to do, we're done. Just one of those teams does what they're telling me they're doing, they're not going to do it. They're actually doing it. And we see the things come in. Just, I don't know, is Leslie here?
Yes, she is.
I want to show you guys something. This will be an eye opener. Leslie, can you share your screen? Would you mind showing us your $100 account? I just want people to see something with their eyeballs because the $100 pool just barely opened. But her team's on fire. Anybody working with Leslie should be really grateful.
Woo!
Like Brett. Brett, you're one of her referrals.
We signed up basically at the same time.
What
She-
happened?
yeah,
Is she here or can you hear me? Maybe she can't hear me.
Let me ask her to unmute. Maybe.
Oh, I see her
She
there.
just
She's
can't find
she's
it.
on the second page. Anyway, I'll just tell you what I saw. I hope you don't mind, but she's already collected $1,400 in her $100 account. Okay, $1,400. That's what's come into her account in USDT. Okay, but yeah, she's doing some additional things. She's helping out her team. You know what I'm saying? But the money's coming in, and at some point, that's just going to be like a normal thing for her, like having that kind of money come in because she's all set to go. And the $100 thing it just got started, right? That's so it's adding up. Anyway, the bottom line, guys, is that there are lots of things I can't talk about that is premature. I see there's another thing going on that if it actually comes together, we might be doubling our size every day. Whatever we are today, tomorrow the whole community be twice the size the next day. There are things that are happening like it could really kick us off big time. You need to anticipate where we're going to land. Okay. We're going to be much higher up on the hill when we land than we're at right now. So life is good. Things are looking very good. I know people are already getting the holiday, distractions. I know that's already happening, but that's okay. Just do whatever you can, show up to the meeting. That really is helpful. Or at least watch this on YouTube when it comes out, those kind of things keep you posted and updated. We're dedicated to turning you into a millionaire as long as you're dedicated to turning yourself into a millionaire. I think between what we're doing and what you're doing, it'll happen with what we have to provide you here as tools and resources here in Pool Funding. And that's not a 10-year plan or a 5-year plan, okay? It can happen in a much shorter period of time than that. But you have to really get trained. A lot of the training, believe it or not, is setting your mind right. Doubt, fear, disbelief, that's not the right mind. Okay? The right mind is faith, hope, willingness, a willing mind, an open mind that's willing, that will learn and do, learn the next thing and do that too. Okay, learn, do, learn, do, learn, do. Okay.
Perseverance.
Yeah, we gotta stick to it, right? So stick to it, hang in there, and enjoy your wins, and don't lament the losses for too long. Learn to get over disappointment. If I could teach you one thing that will make your life so much happier, is don't spend that much time on disappointment. Okay. It's a choice, right? You got to talk yourself out of feeling disappointed. Recognize the sensation of disappointment when it overcomes you, when you feel it and it hits you, then be quick to reject it. You know what I'm saying? Be quick to like expel it, because linger into disappointment. Tell me anybody who gets anything done in a state of disappointment, right? How do you get anything done if you're mentally and emotionally in a state of disappointment, right? Despair. So kick it out. So look at disappointment as like, okay, thanks for showing up. You got something to show me. Okay, thanks for bringing that to my attention. I'm aware of it. I need to adjust my expectation. My expectation is now adjusted. Thanks for the information. Bye. Right? Move on. Okay. That's a mental discipline I have achieved. And I believe it's one of the reasons I've become a millionaire again and again. I've done it multiple times, guys, on multiple things. Okay. And it's, I think the ability to shake off disappointment is one of the main reasons why I can do it again and again and again. Because I am not subject to circumstance. I create circumstance. I build the world I want. I don't only accept things and feel disappointed about them, so if you can adjust that part of your mind and in your emotional state, pool funding will be a lot of fun for you. But at the same time, we're doing things so fast. Like you see our price go hundreds of thousands and then down to tens of thousands, right? Well, if you're only basing it on what you see on a chart or a graph, you could end up looking at this from the wrong way to look at it. Instead of getting excited about the buying opportunity that's presenting itself, you're disappointed about the ledge that we were on before when we were having a high. Speaking of highs, I think we're having an all-time high with Bitcoin right now. Let's take another peek at that real quick. It's relevant. It's the first cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. Yep. So as of 2 minutes ago, we had an all-time high of $107,000 per Bitcoin. And it's about to, it looks like it might make another one, give it another 45 seconds. Maybe it'll creep up above that number. But yeah, how about that, guys? I mean, the people who've been sitting on Bitcoin for 15 years are pretty happy right about now. Okay. Well, pool funding, you won't have to wait nearly as long. You won't have to wait nearly as long. Okay. For things to get exciting for you. That's it, guys. So thanks for being here. We'll have our opportunity meeting tomorrow. And yeah, I invite everybody you can to the opportunity meeting. And we're just getting better and better. I think our offer to new people is just becoming even better at every week that rolls by. So Tuesday,
Exciting.
9:30 p.m. Yeah, Eastern Standard Time, and just pick up the link from the pool funding Telegram group. That's where we'll present the link. Okay, so thank you all for coming, guys. I'm gonna let's get a happy holidays from all of you to everyone in the
baby,
world.
happy Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. I hope your time is wonderful.
Very well said. That
Right
was
on.
perfect. All right, good job.